Hey everyone, I've been using the CastleHUB from CastleOS for a few months now, so I thought I'd just give you some of my initial thoughts. One of the first things I noticed when I plugged in the hub was this blue light turns on, but it's not actually an indication of when CastleOS is running. It's still running Windows 10, so you're going to have to wait for it to finish booting up before you can access CastleOS itself. Another problem on the hub that I found was the port spacing between the USB 3 port and the HDMI cable isn't enough for a USB radio like a Z-Stick to go in next to a HDMI cable. Now there's plenty of ports there, but I still feel as though as a home automation hub they should have considered adding more spacing. Now in the grand scheme of things, that's probably not a major issue. One that is a major issue is the power management. If you plug in your CastleHUB without a monitor and you need to turn it off, the only way to turn it off is to either use TeamViewer or pull the power cord. Now, if you pull the power cord or you have a blackout, there is a substantial risk that you'll corrupt your CastleOS configuration. Now, the current workaround for that, or the current fix, is to install a UPS. Not ideal. Now, apart from this ugly round orb that I can't stick anything on top of, the device hasn't been mind-blowing. There's only 2GB of RAM in it. I'm not going to install anything fancy on it. There's not much else apart from running CastleOS that's going to be able to do. Now, hardware aside, the software has been a bit of a letdown as well. Since the Kickstarter finished last March, there's still a lot of issues and features that CastleOS have promised which haven't been delivered yet. Despite it being listed on the compatible devices page, the Connect V2 or Connect for Xbox One is still not supported. Now, the support for Connect V2 is apparently weeks away, but it's been weeks away for at least a year. Adding events like turning on a light at a certain time of the day or just navigating anywhere inside of CastleOS is amazingly annoying. Like, there's so many clicks you have to do. Enabling protocols like Philips Hue or Z-Wave, they're not user-friendly. There's no feedback when they work, when they don't work. For Philips Hue, you just click Enable Hue, go press the button on your Hue bridge, and then CastleOS won't say anything. It'll just list your Hue devices if they work, or if they don't work, you'll have to press it all again and hope for the best. Now, another case in point, it actually took me a couple of times to enter my license key. Even though I sent a physical product preloaded with CastleOS, I still had to enter a license key, which they emailed to me separately. Now, the whole process didn't seem thought out to me. Hopefully that'll change for non-Kickstarter orders. Z-Wave support has been hit and miss for me, mostly miss. I've got a bunch of these AOTech multi-sensors set up around my apartment. They have sensors for brightness, motion, humidity, and temperature. So far, only motion is working in CastleOS. Philips Hue support is okay. Sometimes I've noticed comparing CastleOS to, say, a Hue tap, all the lights will turn on when you click the tap, but with CastleOS, each light comes on at a separate time. Sometimes there's also an issue where some of the lights may come on dim, or when some of the lights may not come on at all. There's also been a couple of times where my Z-Wave settings and Hue settings have just disabled themselves. So I've come home and Hue lights are still on and Hue's been disabled. Now, scripting is a whole other headache, which I'll be covering in a blog post, so be sure to follow me on your favourite social media. Now, there's still no support for custom device drivers, so if you want to add your new smart lock to CastleOS, you're still out of luck. There is a REST API that's just been released and a new developers area, so that's a great sign, heading in the right direction, but it's still not there yet. The CastleHUB and CastleOS for me still feels like a beta. At $500 for the hub and $200 just for the CastleOS software, it's probably not worth it yet. I'll be shooting a couple of other videos testing out voice control and the media playback on the CastleHUB, so be sure to hit me up and subscribe button below, and if you want to see more, let me know. Cheers.